some, get some, bad enough, take some.
Hello everybody, welcome to FANGIN and BANGIN with Gangrel and Kid Cadet. This is episode 16. I'm Gangrel and that is Kid Cadet and that is the little Gangrel and I got, this is upside down, Squatula, he's here. But I'm sweating today because I'm pounding coffee trying to stay conscious and stay awake, so Squatula's down to sit on the sidelines. It's not pumpkin spice. It's not pumpkin spice. It's extra burnt, extra thick coffee to get through this morning. But what's up? What's new? What's going on with you?
It is the new year.
Oh, yes.
We've
Happy
made it.
New Year.
5782. Thank you, Shana Tova.
Yeah. Happy,
Thank
I
you
can't
so much.
say that. I don't know.
Shana Tova.
I should know it because my girl, she was in the house by sundown last night celebrating the New Year. So
she wished me a happy New Year, so
did
I really
she?
appreciate that.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
she sure
Awesome.
did.
See, she's on top of everything. I am all over the place. I am a zombie. I don't watch Walking Dead. I don't understand it. But I'm starting to think I might be a brain-eating zombie right now.
Okay, we gotta go. Raymond?
So,
yeah, that's a little terrifying.
What's shaking and baking? What's good in your world? What'd you do this weekend?
I went to St. Augustine with my dad, and we got to see...
the city in the United States?
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. I love the rich history. I love how old the city is, and I got to see the lighthouse.
How was the coastline after that storm last year, 2 years ago, that really came through there?
It was so beautiful.
I know some of the road collapsed and stuff like that.
I didn't see any of that, but yeah, where we stayed was like right by the water, and it was so much fun. But I had a good time. Got to hang out with Dad Cadet, Remington swag. Shout out to Remington. He's watching.
There you go, Remington Steel.
Swag. Yes. And what about you? How was your weekend? You did some traveling.
Yeah, I was in Northeast Georgia. I think it was All-Star Wrestling. I got to see I got to see one of my former students, Jacob Fatu, the MLW champion. And I also got to see Alexander Hammerstone, the one challenging him for his championship coming up. I think they got a big show coming up with the MLW. So Hammerstone, Fatu won, I guess. I don't know. That should be really good because I've wrestled Hammerstone. I don't know how many times. I might have wrestled that. Not countless, but like in wrestling, 40 is a lot to not be at a full-time job in WWE on a loop. So I probably wrestled him like a lot like that. And I've watched him come along and I'm proud of him, super proud. But then again, I trained or had a big part, along with Rikishi, training Jacob Fatu. So I'm super, super proud of him. So to see two guys that I truly have true feelings for and I'm invested in to take each other on for the MLW's biggest title, whatever, the heavyweight championship. That's really, really, really cool. So looking forward to that. And they both look great. I can say they were both on top of their game. Even in Northeast Georgia, wrestling in a barn, wherever we were, somewhere.
Barn?
It was kind of like, have you seen Heels yet on Stars?
I haven't had the chance.
It's kind of like that, but a scaled down version. It was cool. The atmosphere was cool. I mean, it was cool atmosphere. There's nowhere, but it is Northeast Georgia, so it wasn't as hot as it would be if we were in Southeast Florida.
It's hot.
Yeah, it is a swamp ass hot here. But I mean, it did get almost close to swamp ass hot, but it was just around like Bigfoot Yeti ass hot.
Shout out to Bigfoot if you're watching.
Bigfoot.
We miss you.
So, but they look great. They look great. They had good matches, and I was super proud of them. I wrestled somebody that looked like a 6'3" Lemmy. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm drawing a blank. I love the kid. I think he was called Augusta Gray in NXT, and then he just got to let go. But why can't I think of his real name? God, oh man, how can I remember the gimmick name and not the actual name that he wrestled under all these years? But Anthony, whatever. But he looks like a big version of Augusta Gray, and a tall, skinny version of Augusta Gray. Actually, Augusta, he looked like he was getting in shape. But it was cool. It was fun. I was in the last match and got back, traveled home. But I did take a little bit of a time out yesterday, so I hit my favorite Regal Beagle, La Tub. So, yeah.
I think that they just need to set up a table just for you for whenever you arrive.
Well, it is like that kind of. So they'll push people out of the bar and stuff like. Hey, you can't sit
David's
here.
Here.
They wave you in. No, that and Billy Fives has kind of took over my residency there. He's always in there, so
it's delicious.
And I believe his daughter's working there now too. So
really?
Yeah. Not on Sundays though. But yeah, she's definitely working in there. So it's a family affair over there. So a good time. No sleep though. I came right off the plane. All right, I'll walk the mile to the beach or whatever it was. I walked a couple miles and then went over there and then chilled and came home and then.
You wonder why you're always tired.
Well, I got to do cardio.
Yeah,
I do cardio.
important.
So,
Important.
but apparently, it's a crazy world in wrestling, crazy things going on, big changes in wrestling. So,
We have a lot to cover.
Yeah, I kind of wore my this is my Redcon shirt, which they're always throwing me some stuff like that. And this shirt I put it on today because it reminded me the NXT logo change, right? So like how everybody's like they're going with like the whole this is like called Miami Vice, right? So it's that the Miami colors, and it's like kind of like, you know, remember the old show Miami Vice and stuff like that. So that's what reminds me, like the NXT logo is like very Orlando-y, like very Florida and Orlando-y, but like yet Art Deco-y, you know, so they're covering all kinds of things.
Yeah.
You know,
well, if it's okay with you, kind of like before we do get started, because like we said, there's a lot. You know, a lot did happen in the wrestling world, both good and bad this week, and I just wanted to thank Daffney for, you know, being a revolutionary in women's wrestling and being a really genuinely good person. And I got to meet her down at Shine, and you know, everyone that met her loved her. And if you know, it's been said a lot, but if you ever feel that you're in a place like that, please don't hesitate to reach out for help, because there's always going to be someone there, you know, to listen, you know, just please. It's so tragic what happened to Daffney.
Yeah, very tragic, but unfortunately very common too in the industry. Well, all industries, football and professional wrestling. I lived with Luna for 18 years. I was with her, who was not on top of just what wrestling's done to her, but she was bipolar, she was schizophrenic, and so put all that on top of that, and the emotional roller coaster ride of professional wrestling and things, and how it's not an easy world to handle. You either you build for it or you're not. If you're fragile, it could just destroy you. It's a tough industry, and I don't think people realize that. And then you get like great human beings that come through, like Daffney, which I didn't know very well, but it sounds from your words, and I've heard from other people, was a tremendous person. You know, she it's just you know, definitely need some more mental awareness. I've had some people reach out to me when that happened and said, hey, because they know that I run schools and training centers and stuff, and they go, I really think you should like put that in the program somehow, like, you know, mental things. And I do, though, because I spent so many years, I do talk about it. That's why I'm personally invested in each student that comes through, that I try to get to know them and understand their personal lives and this and that, to prepare them for this not so easy of an industry to survive in. Because, you know, to be fair, you're here. You one day you're on top and you're a king or queen. The next day you're dining and sleeping in dumpsters. You know, and it can go the other way, but it doesn't go the other way too much. It usually goes from top to the bottom really fast and overnight, and it's hard to understand. And unfortunately, and she was younger too, so she was 40, and then you had the other young lady that I spent some time with, who committed suicide. Well.
Last year,
Ashley, yeah, Massaro, yeah, right. So I was on a European trip, and she reminded me a lot of Luna too. Self-destructive, different things, trying to adjust to the whole change of things, and the tumbling down, and trying to get back up. And it could be a very cruel industry. You could be forgotten really fast, or you could feel like you're forgotten. You're not necessarily forgotten, but very hard to handle. It's very sad, and definitely do need more counseling and I think people need to be more observant to the people they're around. If you're a trainer and you're breaking people into this industry, you really need to educate them and educate yourself on signs of depression or possible mental things and stuff like that, because it's very, very real, and it's not like it's a one-off here and there. It can be considered a pandemic itself, suicide and depression is very, very real, and I worry every day about my daughter Anna, because I see her going through the brain surgeries, the ups and downs, and she has a great support system. So but still, I still see it in her eyes. I can still see, you know, there's a struggle every day. For some people, just to get up and take a breath, it's a struggle, and it's a very serious thing. And no, it shouldn't be overlooked. Shouldn't go unnoticed. We should educate ourselves on it as much as we should on everything. But it's something that's not going to go away, and I don't see any magical solution for it besides just really educating yourself and being better human beings and observing things and being supportive to stuff like that, and not being afraid to maybe approach somebody if you feel it's there. Not Definitely. Be afraid that you're going to offend them, because they may be afraid to say anything, and they're so scared and they're so fragile. They may need you to open up to them, So you got to take a chance and say, "Hey, what's going on?" You talk, and share a smile. People don't share enough smiles. You know what I mean? You don't know what that person's day is like.
You never know
that one frown or shitty remark you make to somebody could be that last straw that breaks the camel's back, and then that's it. And that's all it takes. Really, that's all it takes. A rude horn honk in a parking lot could be a chain reaction to a terrible, terrible event. And suicide doesn't. It ends for that person, but it carries on to their family and anybody that loved them or was connected to them or enjoyed them in the entertainment and was a fan of them. It affects everybody. So it's not just that person. And that person may be out what they think is pain, but it's a terrible loss, and it affects everybody, and it's a very, very sad situation. So much love and respect, positive vibes to her family, and everybody in the wrestling world that lost a great individual. Sorry, and positive vibes, and keep positive out there, and write to them, even if you don't think they read their Twitters or their Instagrams and stuff. But I'll tell you, I may not respond, but I do read everything that comes through, unless it's in some envelope I don't know how to open. But then I still read them, even if I don't respond or look at them. I still read them, and I do appreciate every positive comment that comes through. So, and I'm sure they will too. So don't be afraid to send a, "Hey, I think you're awesome," or what you did is amazing, because that makes a difference too. And I thank you all for that, for sending them to me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, kind of to wrap it up, mental health is very important, and if I don't know, I think you said it very beautifully, and thank you for your words. And I think last night Nikki Ash paid tribute to Daffney. She wore a band on her arm, and I thought that was a really nice tribute. But that being said, I think it's important to talk about, but we got a lot to cover this week, and I think we have to start with AEW. Sorry, moment of transition. It's kind of hard coming from No,
I'm still, to be honest, because it's so sad that it's almost so common that you're like, okay, and that shouldn't be common. We shouldn't take suicide and death of any nature common, but a suicide especially. Yeah. Means somebody's really suffering. But so all right, I got to get on to a little brighter subject, and but no disrespect to that. Mad love and respect to her family and positive vibes. So we boom. We had Raw in town last night, Monday Night Raw.
That's true.
I didn't make it out to the arena. I know that a lot of the students from CCW, I think they might have been out flying, because they certainly didn't show up to class. So I don't know if they were watching Raw or they were out flying things, but I don't think they were even flying. So I think they were just out watching.
Oh, you saw them there? Okay, so Raymond was there, so he can confirm.
Yeah, but that might have not been the students. That might have been the one guy that came down and picked them up in the middle of class last night and took them down there. So I'm losing a little faith in people wanting to train to be professional wrestlers, because it's a holiday. It was Labor Day, and it was Monday Night Raw in town. But yet, I've seen a select few faces that I've seen in the last 3 years that I'm training show up to put their work in. So,
well, let me ask, do you think it's important though for your students to attend these live events, to kind of get the feel for it, or is it more important for them to be physically there training?
Well, what's the difference between sitting in the audience in a live event or watching on TV?
Being around a crowd, I don't know. I have no idea. Energy from
energy,
people?
I guess. I don't know. I mean, it's good to watch it, I suppose. I don't know. I think you can see more at home watching on it. I guess you get the feel of it, but I don't know. I'm very torn because I'm old school, so I'm thinking you need to be putting your work in the ring any chance you can get a chance to get some work in and get it in. I get it, you're a fan of wrestling, but and we're all fans of wrestling, or we wouldn't do it. And you could say we're all marks too, or we wouldn't do it, because we do some stupid things for nothing, out of the love of wrestling or being a fan of wrestling at some stage or some area. So that's a tough one, but But I do get a little perturbed because I'm a trainer and I want to see people putting work in. But I'm thinking that, like, they weren't at Raw. And there was very few that were probably flyering because I saw who picked the flyers up. I'm thinking they were just at barbecues and beaches and stuff.
And
is
we
what I'm
didn't get
saying.
invited?
So if they were at Raw and they were enjoying live entertainment and watching wrestling go down live and getting a feeling, that whatever, that's cool. You could look at that as training and yes, educating yourself on how to connect with a live crowd,
right,
and stuff like that. But my point was, I don't even believe they were even there. Mm-hmm. I think they were just home attending a barbecue or half in a bottle or something, or like
half in a bottle.
But I can give some leeway because it was the New Year. So if their religion, you know, and they're Jewish and it was a New Year, maybe they were in a sundown. So, but I don't think very few of Jewish nature there. Okay. But I should have been home. I wasn't home.
Well, next week's the big one. Next week
you got to fast or something. Right?
Yeah, Yom Kippur.
Yeah. So Raw, did I watch any Raw? It was Tag Team Turmoil. I didn't see anything. Bobby Lashley was out. We've talked about Bobby Lashley a lot. He got chokeslammed. They made a big thing out of that and RKO'd by Randy Orton.
I didn't get
chokeslam looked a little rough. I don't know. There was no trust there or no. I don't know. Well, it was because feet went down and the bump Bobby Lashley took looked like a career-ending bump, not because it was big and fantastic, because it was just like, I don't trust this guy, and my lower back hit first and then my head. So I don't know. That was a rough transitional there. But the cutter RKO, whatever Randy Orton calls RKO, right? So that looked tremendous. He took that well, Bobby Lashley. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with the big fella and AJ. That big fella's a really nice guy. And he trains hard, but like
almost. Okay, I didn't know if that's
what's his name.
Almost. Isn't it?
Almost
with the O.
Oh, almost.
You almost got it.
Well, he almost chokeslammed him, but it was almost. He almost did it. It might be a new move for he almost did it. But he's a super nice guy. I've met him a few times. I've actually been in the ring with him at the PC, and he's a nice guy. I don't know what's going on though. He just looks so nervous when he's out there. He's so
new though. Like he's
huge,
new.
But maybe they even do less or something.
Okay. Well, since we're talking about WWE, are we cool staying on that, or do we want to do AEW first? I'm good either way. What do you think? Okay, let's. Okay, I mean, I think we're talking about WWE. Let's stick with it. So the big thing that came out in the past couple days was their, rebranding NXT, and I think you started talking about it when you were talking about your shirt. You're saying, it's all new colors representing. Oh, look, we're here in Orlando.
Yeah, it's like this is like Miami Vice. It says Soul South Florida, and they came out one version of this. This is Redcon. They came out one version and they revamped it and came out with another version of this. But it says like, hey, we're South Florida. We're cool. We're trendy. This is the Florida company. Then NXT now has the new logos, which to me, when I look at that logo, says So Orlando.
Does it?
To me, it's Orlando.
To me, it says like trippy acid trip.
That's what the hell Orlando is. I wouldn't want to get caught there. Okay. Have you ever gone to Disneyland on acid?
No.
I have. I have. Like, I don't recommend that, kids. And you listening out there.
You looked right into the camera. You're like,
that logo's a hot mess, just like Orlando. It's a hot mess. Orlando is a hot mess. That is a swamp hole ass of Florida. Like, oh my.
Damn.
Man, no, I'm going to straight. I shoot on Orlando. I can't stand Orlando.
I liked living there.
It is in the middle. 5 years. There was no breeze. There was thunderstorms out the rear end and lightning strikes that terrified it out of you. Orlando is truly the hellhole of Florida, like Orlando. It's supposed to be the happiest place on earth. Disney, this and that. You got the PC Center. No, I believe it's a hell. It's just hell on earth.
Okay.
How's your experiences driving into Orlando?
I lived there for 5 years.
That traffic is ridiculous.
It's bad, but so is Miami.
I know.
You think it's worse than Miami?
Yes, I think it's worse than Miami.
Leave a comment below, guys.
Anytime I've been on I-4 coming in, I am in a downpour with lightning popping window to window. And then people cannot drive up there because none of them are from there.
Okay.
And they're in rental cars and they're lost. Or they're drunk because they're on vacation.
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
So I don't know. Orlando, I just get a lot of anxiety. Sometimes I thought like, it'd be great if it was at the PC or something. When you think about things in life, and I go, I couldn't live in Orlando. I'd have to commute into it. I'd have to live at like Merritt Island or something on the coast. No, I couldn't live in the center.
Cocoa?
Cocoa's great. Cocoa, Melbourne, all that's great. Titusville, all that's good. I like all that. I just don't like the being in the center of the state. And then with that, you drop in every tourist attraction it possibly can be.
That's true.
And then and nothing against tourism because that keeps Florida alive, but it's rough, yeah. So they throw me. So yeah, that logo kind of reminds me like of Orlando. I mean, it is all over the place, this and that. I like the traditional yellow. I like the yellow one. I don't know why.
So, sometimes it's like, if it ain't broke, right? So,
Yeah.
to me, I mean, yeah, I think things did get a little difficult with AEW versus NXT. But what breaks my heart is how much love Triple H put into the NXT brand, and now what is he not even associated with that anymore? No, he's
still associated. He's still running it. I mean, I think Vince and Bruce will have final say. They're too busy. Bruce Pritchard how many shows is going on? Like how much? You got Raw, you got SmackDown, on top of all the other creative writing, this and this and that. I think they're just gonna come in and say yay or nay on some stuff like all right. No, I think they'll come in and go, hey, we want to push Kid Cadet, but we don't really feel the other one is here, so let's work her out of the program. This is the one. This is what we think are going to be on the main roster. So we want time invested in this person. And then I think they'll go, well, we don't feel this is there. They've already cleaned house once. Then they've had tryouts and hired people that are above 6'2" and 200 something. So they're going other routes. So they clearly have something in their mind. I think they're just going to go back to what wrestling was before all the flipping and flopping and stuff like that, which I think there's room for both. So let AEW have I think they see they're diverse in a lot of smaller guys, but they're not really. Some of these guys are bigger now in AEW and maybe bigger ones coming in. But I think WWE's going to go back to I don't want to say land of the giants, but they will look like giants, but they're not compared to what was. But what once was will be again, I think so.
What do you think about, I guess they're saying, all right, there's an age cutoff, if you're older than 25, sorry about it.
But me personally, see, I'm not quite like Raymond, a conspiracy theory guy or anything like that. But I'm thinking the change of this, Vince and then Bruce wanting to come in and have creative control, a final say and all that, or more hand on stuff. It all stems to the AEW going into Orlando. It all stems to them stepping into their backyard. So they're claiming, hey, the new music for it, something in the South. What's it say? Something like, so now they're staking, to me, when I'm listening to it, I'm like, all right, well, they went with these colors. They vamped this up. Boom, they're refreshing that product. They made it so Orlando. Now they're referencing the South. So they're saying hey, this is our territory, or whatever. This is our hood. You're not gonna roll up my hood. So we got fresh signs up to let you know this is our hood. We're letting everybody know. So and they're coming in. And I think maybe we've said it on here where I thought Hunter was more Vince's competition, but now maybe they see things as a threat coming into Orlando and stuff like that. I don't know. I said I'm not a huge conspiracy guy, but sometimes I look a little deeper and then I think is it all coincidental or no? But things do change. You have to evolve products. Raw's evolved over the years. SmackDown's evolved over the years. NXT is gonna have to evolve. Vince and him coming back in, I don't think they're going to totally run things. I think they're way too busy to do that. To be honest, I mean, they could come in and shut things down and say who they want pushed and this and that. But I think they went to a team. Didn't they go to a team? Is it Vince, Bruce Pritchard, Kevin Dunn, Nick Khan, or somebody? I think they're all overseeing it now. I think they've gone back to that type of stuff when they were doing Raw and different things and stuff. So they're a little older. I don't know if they're so hip to the hop. They think they're hip to the hop.
Hip to the hop.
Hip to the hop. What's new and what's fresh? I don't know. What's lit? I guess as Raymond would put it. They think they're hip to the lit, or whatever. I don't know if they are, but they know what once was can be again and will work. The only thing new is what's forgotten. They've still been around. I've seen a few generations of what's been forgotten, so they could recycle that and repackage that with what's current and cool. So it's the two collide to probably make something really cool. I don't think it's a bad thing. Vince can be in his mind, I've said it here before, and it was said to me that you don't remember anything after 3 years. People don't remember if you're not done something in 3 years there, they don't remember you. So he's always looking. So WWE builds and creates new stars. So, I mean, you ever heard of Sheamus before he went there? Mm-mm. How about your guy, Drew?
What, Drew?
Drew.
Well, I knew You know, that's a tough debate because I knew him from like Evolve was the first, but I guess that was post.
but WWE made them stars. Like they're mega stars, right? You would consider them at one point. They were like champions, everything, right? So, I mean, they make stars. I mean, Wade Barrett, whatever he's called, Stu Sanders. You ever heard of these guys? But they became major stars. Like, where versus AEW, they're hiring into major stars now instead of create. They were trying to create them, but I don't think it was working out so well. WWE knows how to create a superstar. They really do know how to create a superstar. Build and develop and make you a superstar. And you know, that's just what they do. They've done it and they've done it. It's a proven formula. They're a factory of making superstars.
Do you think that they'll bring in new trainers as well, or do you think that they'll kind of keep?
I worry for the other ones because there's some that have been there, like some of my friends. I won't say their name out loud, but they've been there like 13 years. Like, you got to wonder, like, as they get up in their 60s, do they start worrying like, are they gonna have health issues or things gonna go sideways, or are they paying them too much? Because as you see, they're cutting money everywhere. You told me there was a rumor that they cut catering. Like
I don't know. I think it's a thing.
You think it's a thing? They got rid of catering. I mean, then they're talking all these rumors of possibly selling, and they're entertaining all offers. If you got a pitch, they're listening. So I don't know.
Do you think that could really happen? Do you think they're gonna? Because Disney. I mean, you think it's gonna go to Disney? Your favorite, the mouse.
Yeah. No, I don't know. What I mean, they do tend to market to a lot of the younger kids and stuff, but PG's also, I think, I don't know, man. That's a tough one. PG has helped them. Like, they stay solid with those younger ones, but they're losing that there's nothing like the Attitude Era, right? Like this PG stuff, the black blood, all that stuff. So, hey, who's so rude that they got their phone on in the studio? So like, now I lost my train of thought. Oh no, yeah, PG Disney would be what? G? G?
I don't know.
What would Disney? But Disney, I mean, Cougar Town. Disney picked up Cougar Town, right? I was on that Cougar Town. That's PG. That's not G.
It's
so
PG.
So I think that would be PG. I don't think things would change if Disney took it over.
But why sell? Like, what's the reasoning? Just money?
Same reason I came in here this morning and I go, I'm so tired. Like, I mean, how old is Vince McMahon?
78, late.
And he's maybe he's a control freak, right? He wants final say on everything. Maybe he just, if he can't do it anymore, maybe he'd rather somebody else have it totally, and he's out, like, and he doesn't.
Why not Stephanie and Shane O'Mac?
I don't know. Why would he come in and like squash all the NXT guys and stuff when he brings them on? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe I don't know.
Time will tell, right?
I guess time will tell. I can't say that he doesn't like Hunter. I don't know. He married his daughter. I don't know. But Hunter has always been an opportunist. He's always like, I remember when Vince gave a speech about we all need to be students of the game. Next thing you know, Hunter was the game. And he ran with that. So he's very smart and he sees openings. He knows how to seize them, seize those opportunities, and take those battles and turn them into big wins and wars, and survive and still be there. So he's tremendous at that. He's excellent at that, and maybe Vince sees him angling for that spot. Vince just doesn't want to give it up yet. Maybe he wants to come in. Maybe he truly probably feels he has a better idea. Like he always has. Whether it is or not, I don't know. I like the NXT. I watched it today just to try to watch the final episode before they start changing things here in mid-September, and I don't know. It was all right. It seemed like there's a lot of English guys on there. Like, I guess because the borders opened up, maybe they're bringing them in. Saw Fabian Archer and what were they called? They had the Australian music playing, not Australian, Austrian. The Emmons.
Sure,
but I dug that. Solid tag team. I've worked Fabian Archer or whatever he's called now. Is that what they call him? But I've worked him several times in the UK. He's a hard worker, 80, and I've seen the other guy he's tagging with over there on UK. But so like, there's a great tag team. He just looks like a really big Dean Malenko, and the other guy is a big Alex Wright. But they're solid tag team, so I dug that. the dude that was in TNA, LA Knight.
Oh.
What was he at TA? He was Eli Drake, I think.
Yeah, Eli.
Yeah, he looks great. I thought he looked good. You know, nobody's gonna
He
be.
came in from NWA then, yeah.
Did he come in? Yeah, he went to the NWA. He went TNA, NWA, right, and then came into there, right. So he looked great. There's some stuff. Mandy Rose looked good. I thought. I wasn't so sure of the finish with the girl, Japanese girl from Japan that debuted. It was kind of weird. It was a count out kind of thing. Jumped her, but they're doing stuff. But the thing, they're doing things, and it I don't know. I don't know what it really can change because it's kind of like I like the NXT brand the way it is. So
I do too, and I know that they dissolved the Japanese like brand as well. And I know I heard rumors that UK also was getting a revamp. I don't know if they're getting rid of the UK division, but I know there so many things are changing. It's just
AEW. That's why. AEW stepped their game up. Like before, we said I've said that maybe they weren't competition. NXT was, but now maybe they are.
Maybe they are.
Maybe they are.
You think so?
I mean, you got Bryan now.
Bryan
apparently.
Danielson, yeah.
Bryan Danielson. What the hell's it called? I'll just call him the Red Dragon, American Dragon.
American Dragon.
American
yeah,
Dragon.
let's kind of one of the things I wanted to ask, and I think we briefly touched on this before, but I believe Lana's non-compete contract is up like any minute now. And so obviously Miro is having a really good run right now with AEW as the champion. Do you think
did
he would
retain?
Yeah, he did retain. He did
God.
retain. Do you think he would have the benefit of having Lana go there to manage him? Because I always felt like that was so
I don't think Lana
powerful.
will give him a choice. I think she tried to tell him.
Yeah,
That's what she's gonna do. He loves her dearly. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I do know that she's doing a lot of acting classes and stuff. I noticed she's a lot, like, really into acting and has always been into acting. And that's why he's was gotten into, like, acting. I think he took some acting classes. But I know they're spending a lot of time in L.A. because she's concentrating on, like, some acting or battle arts or something like that. I don't know. She's doing some stuff like that out there. So I think she's trying to further her career in that way. He's never mentioned nothing to me. I never asked either, though. But I guess everybody just kind of assumes you would think, oh, Miro's there, so she'll go there. But I don't know. But certainly room in the women's division. I think she's a great manager. I like the Russian and the Bulgarian type of thing and stuff like that.
She's in this movie.
Cosmic Sin is what Raymond is showing us.
So she's in
exciting.
Cosmic Sin.
Oh, I didn't. Wow.
Oh wow, it's like a Punisher type of thing. So we're looking at Lana wearing like a Punisher outfit with a big ass gun.
Oh, he's gonna put it on the screen.
So I don't know. I think she's concentrating a lot on that, which is cool. It's easier on the body. The royalties come in longer.
Yeah, you'll get.
That's why I laugh because I still get a check from Disney from the Cougar Town thing.
Hell
so
yeah, man.
I'm like, hey, and sometimes they're good, sometimes they're like 20 cents.
A couple cents.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny. Well, speaking of the women's division, there was a major debut, which I think everyone knew it was going to happen.
This is AEW?
Yes.
Okay.
So, the women's...
I've totally, I did not see the pay-per-view.
We're going to get through it.
It's just Tuesday. It happens Sunday.
Listen.
I'll probably see it tomorrow.
Nope. We're going to get through this. So women's...
If I can find a bootleg stream.
We'll talk. Women's Rumble happens, and so there was, they...
Oh, that's right. Naomi was in there.
She sure was.
Kylan King was in there.
So proud of her. I texted her. We were cheering so loud.
Right. So that happened. Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
It was great. So basically, the way that it worked, there was like 4, different types of cards, and then there was the Joker. And a debut from formerly Heidi Lovelace. It is now Ruby Soho. And she comes in, wins, which means now she's a contender for the Women's Championship. So are you a fan of Heidi? Have you ever had the opportunity to work with her? Any thoughts? Because I always thought she was literally one of the best when I knew her from the Indies.
I'm trying to think of who Heidi Lovelace is.
Heidi was, she was in WWE and she tagged with Liv Morgan.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to find like a good picture of her. So that's her like from the indie days.
Okay. Yeah. I don't want to like get on here and tell a fib. Like I'm like drawing a blank. Though.
Okay.
So I knew Anna knew who she was because Anna brought it up to me. Anna told me everybody that came out. Anna was like, oh yeah.
Oh, she's so dope.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like I always say, like it's not just about being a wrestler; it's also about being a good person, and she is one of the best. I'm such a fan of hers, especially because of that.
Good to hear. But who did somebody named not Ruby Riott? No,
that's her.
That's her.
Yeah.
Oh, Ruby Riott. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
No, I know that tag. Yeah. No, I did. The whole name Lovelace was throwing me off.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Ruby Riott. And now
Ruby
she's
Riott.
Ruby
Yeah.
Soho.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. No. Cool. Yeah. No, she's good.
Yeah, big pop, huge debut. Audience went crazy. Once again, I think we all knew it was going to happen. And another debut that I think people were a little less expecting was at the end of the night, a huge match with Kenny Omega and Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Lights go out, and it's Adam Cole.
Oh, baby.
Baby. There you go. Adam Cole, baby. And very surprising because everyone's like, where's Daniel Bryan? Where's Daniel Bryan? Because I don't think that everyone was expecting him. Like Raymond and I were even saying before.
Let me ask you.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody cry like when CM Punk came out?
I cried a little.
Did you cry a little?
Well, I certainly cried for Daniel Bryan. But yeah, I thought it was exciting.
So he turned down the $1 million a year offer.
Is that what he was offered?
That's what I heard, right? And that was the rumor. I thought that WWE was prepared to give him $1 million a year.
What?
So what does that mean AEW did? What did they offer?
His girlfriend.
His girlfriend,
She's
yeah.
there. I mean, why, don't
See, I know how that works because I was offered a contract with All Japan, which they don't offer like a lot of contracts, but they offered a year contract for me to tag with Bobby Duncan and All Japan in '98 and WWE. They offered a contract which I'm truly honest, not interested in. But Luna wanted me to take that. Now, if I wouldn't have taken that contract, there would have been no Gangrel. And it probably wouldn't have been here 20 years later because even on a lower mid-card level, WWE builds what? Stars. They make star power that lasts. Show power, star power. And all they build that. So I was probably blessed that I went that route because I still have all these great opportunities today doing what I love and wrestling every weekend is Gangrel. It was a perfect entrance and so on. There's a lot of things involved, but it wouldn't have happened if I stayed in All Japan. So now, he's probably presented that same choice, but his girl is in AEW. So let's see what happens there. Let's see if his future works out as well.
I think it will. I mean, he immediately aligned himself with, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. And
but I think I'm a big Adam Cole fan. I think he's fine. But I think he's fine by himself. I don't think he needs to align himself with anybody. They should package and build him as a star as he should be.
Okay.
That's just me though. I don't think you should share the limelight with anybody or ride in on anybody else's things. There should be vignettes. Take their time and build them like a star. They learn how to build stars, make people stars. They got too many. It's one of my frustrations there because they spread yourself out all over trying to make everybody. They're sprinkling stardust on everybody, but you need to build some stars that you can build your company around. So instead of doing that, they went and just hired stuff WWE already built or didn't want. But they wanted Adam Cole. That's the difference. They wanted him. The other ones, they didn't really. I think Fox wanted CM Punk there, but maybe WWE had a hard on or something or whatever, didn't want him. Bryan, I don't know what the situation was, why Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, or whatever went there. I don't know what that situation is.
Maybe more creative control, I
think he's tired of the yes, 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 or did he do the yes, yes, yes there?
Yeah, he didn't, but
the people did it.
So what Daniel Bryan said, he said Vince McMahon was too protective over him. Because his prior injury, he wanted to be able to actually wrestle. He wanted to be able to push his limits.
Okay,
that's why he said he loved the company, but he said Vince McMahon was just too protective over him.
Okay, that makes sense.
So what Raymond is saying is he's saying Daniel Bryan or Bryan Daniels. What is it now?
Bryan Danielson.
Bryan Danielson is saying Vince McMahon was too protective over him and he wanted to wrestle more. Do we believe that? You believe that?
I think
you wouldn't think that vegan loving earth hippie would lie?
No,
you don't think that's a nice way of saying I hate Vince McMahon's guts and I wanted to go somewhere else because I'm tired of being.
Oh, okay.
So no, I don't know this. I'm just saying. Do you think because that sounds so political? I'm not trying to be a dick because I love it, but I love the company and all, but they were really protective over me. That sounds like an abused girl in a bad relationship.
Well, I don't know because
he doesn't beat me. They were just very protective over me.
No, I think it was the same situation with Christian. Christian could have gone back to WWE, but I don't think that they would have given him the same opportunity because he had so many concussions and stuff. And I don't know.
Well, no, they think Christian's old. Like he's older. He's older. He's older, and Christian still had a lot to want to prove. Now,
but exactly, that's how I feel about Daniel Bryan too.
He doesn't have nothing to prove. He's at the top of his game there. proved everything he proved. But maybe he still feels like he's got more. But are we gonna believe that he's saying that he said that? But do we believe that he's saying, oh, they were just too protective?
I do.
Do you?
I think so.
Raymond, do you?
I'm also naive, so.
The rest of the world out there, what do you think?
Yeah, guys, comment
because
down
it
below.
sounds like a super to me. It sounds like that's just the so political way out. They're not burying that company because they took good care of them throughout the time.
Yeah, but it could have been that one thing, you know?
Maybe he felt like maybe that's just a way of justifying what he felt like. But maybe, who knows? They brought him back. He's made him a lot of money. They made him a star. They built him a star. They took a dude that was under mask called the American Dragon and built him into this, just incredible superstar, right? So, and he's a great guy too. So he's a really nice guy. So he deserves everything he gets, and he remembers all his friends and people. He has never turned his. I know for a fact that he still writes the people in UK, and when he's on tour, like all the old wrestlers, he would get them in and bring them to the back, make sure they were taken care of. So he's a tremendous human being. So I'm not saying he's not. I'm just trying to weed through if I believe that phrase. But it could be. I mean, I don't think Vince. When has he ever been protective over anybody? We're all oranges. You squeeze you till you pulp, till there's nothing left in you. Boom, and then they chuck you. And then you go, oh, you reinvented yourself and you get health again. Hey, maybe we can squeeze you some more and get some more juice out of you.
They're not going to let him wrestle, though. Like, if they were saying to him, look, we're scared for your neck or whatever, they don't want to see someone, injure themselves to the point of no recovery.
So they just let him go? Then
I think.
So then he got let go.
You think he got let go? No, he didn't get let go.
They offered him a really good deal to stay.
Yeah.
A special deal to stay.
A special deal, so they probably want to be like an agent or less matches or something. And he just wanted to wrestle, maybe.
Yeah, he just wanted to wrestle. That's what I assume.
Yeah, all right. Maybe.
Listen, we don't have to agree on everything, but I would like to know what everybody else thinks.
You look in a kaleidoscope, you see a lot of different colors. Everybody's going to see a different set of colors, I don't know. But he's a good guy. He's a great dude. He's a tremendous human being. So, anything he does, I'm super happy for him. If that's what he really wanted, and that's where he wants to be, I'm happy for him. And maybe he's there because he's with people that he can relate with, and maybe they like that. Hey, I just want to do 15 leg slap kicks to the face today.
Ow.
So, I don't know. I'm not taking any jabs. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where he feels like he's going to have a better quality of it. Maybe he wants to have more fun on his way out.
Totally.
That could be it. Maybe he just wants to have a last couple years of fun or another year of fun and then go. Because he's got money. He's smart. I know for a fact that dude's super smart and he saved every dime he has. He probably has his first penny ever somewhere, somehow. I'm serious. He's like, I have none of my money. I was not very smart. But I had a really great life. Too bad I can't remember from all the shit I did. But it was a good run.
I was also going to say, though, the glory days of, the indie scene was, when he was the American Dragon or Daniel Bryan and also with the Young Bucks and stuff. Yeah, I'm so excited to see what's to come. And, kind of what you were saying about Adam Cole, are they going to line him or is he going to be, on his own? Only time will tell. Maybe tonight, right? Or tomorrow night or whenever this drops. Tonight.
So
right?
they came out. So they both debuted.
I
didn't see it, so I'm asking. Mm-hmm. So they both debuted.
Correct.
Any physical contact, or was it just like when CM Punk debuted?
No. So there was a bit of a schmozz, at the end. Okay. Yeah, it kind of ended
between the two of them.
Kind of between their two different groups. So
between the groups. Why do they gotta be in groups?
But it could have just been for the debut. Like I said, time will tell.
I didn't understand Miro. I'm the best man. He had to come out with. What's his name and the girl? Miro, the best man. They were getting married. Kip, I think.
Oh yeah, and Penelope.
Right. Why? What sense did
they're
that
best
even?
Friends. I don't know.
They're best friends. I don't know, but what sense? Why do you have to debut with some Can't you be built? Build a star. Trust their talent. Trust your booking in your mind and talent, and build them. Be a star, like on their own, not in a group. Why do you have to? Oh, I'm gonna debut with DX, but then I'm breaking off a week later. Well, if I'm in DX, I want to stay in DX because they're cool, but DX didn't need me and I didn't need it. How's that? I don't know.
I think that's what you're saying right there is the difference between AEW and WWE. Right. I literally think you nailed it. Yeah,
yeah. So, but nothing against. I mean, whatever. People want to watch, and it's cool stuff. It's just.
It was.
I just think they keep their stars, and they can be built as stars, and I think they can carry their own load, especially Adam Cole and of course Bryan's proved that time and time again. Mr. Danielson, or whatever he's called, Daniel Bryan. What is he called now?
Bryan Danielson.
Bryan Danielson.
Which I think is his birth name.
Yeah, well, yeah, I always knew him as Bryan, so like the Daniel Bryan thing. So Bryan Danielson, yes, tremendous person, and yes, he could be a star on his own. I don't think he has to come out with a group and start his smods and jump into everybody else's bullshit. I think they could have just do their own thing, and Miro especially. I think that whole route, but Miro is where he is now, and I think he's doing good. I didn't see his match. How was his match?
Good. Yeah, it was a good match.
It was Miro and
Of course, I'm not gonna remember.
No. It was talking. There's all the hype to it. I saw the
This freaking guy that took.
Yeah, just
Eddie
Kingston.
Oh yeah,
Eddie
and
Kingston,
I love
big
Eddie.
Eddie was gonna fight him. He's from the hood. You challenge me. I'm a chump if I don't go. Yeah, I saw the promos and stuff. Yeah. Eddie Kingston's like he's believable like street characters, you know, that street mentality, that street attitude come in. I don't know, he's still, what's he wear, jeans and but no, so Miro came out on top on that. That's good. I'm glad to keep pushing him. Nothing against Eddie because I like Eddie, but I believe Miro deserves to be pushed. He looks great. He's fantastic. He's in the gym. He believes in tanning. So he's a tan wrestler. Sorry, kid. Like the vampire to the right over there. The old school guys, I trained them, so it's like, you know, you got to have that 80s Hogan tan. If you got time. All right, so you got a taping tomorrow. We got TV tomorrow. And you only have time to either go to the gym or to go tan. Now, see, in our mentality, if you only have time to do one, which one are you choosing?
Oh, me personally? I'm going to the gym.
You're going to the gym.
Oh, yeah.
Well, wrestlers are going to tan, especially white wrestlers are going to tan, because a tan will make a difference in a day, where the gym won't make a difference in a day. You got to go to the gym every day a week to make a difference. Gym is a lifestyle, right? Tanning will make a difference for TV. But now they have all this paint on tan stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I've walked in the locker room once and they're all rubbing each other down with tanning stuff. I thought it was like some erotica video. Like, what is going on in here? And they're like, hey, it's a shake and bake. Like, shake and bake? What?
Shake and bake, baby.
You're like, orange.
Oh, yeah, I don't like it.
But the old school ones that came in the tail of the 80s are probably trained by people from that were in the 80s. They're like, tan, like Beavis and Butthead. Tan.
Oh, wow. That was, yep.
Tan. So, yes, if you only have choice to do one, you go tan.
Okay.
And there's nothing like the actual sun, too, you know. That good old vitamin D from the sun.
Okay.
I'm a tampire.
Yeah, I noticed. You are.
I do that, yeah. I was the tannest guy in the roster. Nobody noticed. Like the white puffy shirt, so you'd really see that you're brown when you're wearing it. But I don't want to be a pirate shirt, the white puffy Seinfeld shirt, right? So you got that on, and nobody knows. I tanned like twice a day. There were some days that I tanned 3 times. I know that's not healthy. Please don't do that at home.
Oh my gosh!
But I was definitely a tan pirate. I would literally hit the tanning bed like in the morning at the gym and train. Then go for a bike ride on the beach in the sun. And then get an afternoon workout again, tan and everything. And then when I was like running Demon Lincoln School, I'd actually go train in wrestling school. But on the road, I pretty much did the same thing. Eat, train, eat, tan, something. You know, anytime.
Sounds like the Jersey Shore, doesn't it? Like eat tan laundry.
Yeah.
Or drink tan laundry or whatever. Yeah.
That's a t-shirt there.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
But yeah, no. So yeah, if you only have a choice for one thing, you got to choose. It's going to be a tan. And Miro's looking pretty tan. He was looking good. He's looking lean, though, so he's hitting the gym. He's finding time for both, obviously. So
well, it's interesting that you said that, because one of the things before we get into Pandora's box, obviously, CM Punk, now they're really... I really enjoyed his match with Darby. I liked...
Oh, I didn't see that. So it wasn't like... It was like good, right?
Yeah,
so,
it was...
You didn't have all these high hopes and you went, oh...
No, I enjoyed it.
Did Darby deliver? Did Punk deliver? Did they both deliver?
They all. I mean, look, Darby always does.
Was Sting in my opinion. Too?
No. Sting came in at the end and shook CM Punk's hand, and I respected that so much.
Spoiler alert.
What? Is that a spoiler?
I don't know. It's only 2 days out.
What are you talking about? We're talking about everything else.
Spoiler.
I'm so sorry. My bad.
All right.
Sorry.
So no Sting involved with a handshake. Okay.
But I know CM Punk said that he really appreciated the schedule of AEW as
yeah.
You know, compared to WWE.
Compared to which WWE? Like the time I was there or the WWE now?
I don't know. Did I say CM Punk? Did I say
Yeah, you said CM Punk.
Sorry.
You said CM Punk appreciated the schedule better than WWE, which so what is AEW's schedule now? TV, Tuesday, Wednesday, or is it Thursday? What is the TV? It's Wednesday?
Wednesday, Friday.
That's it. That's all they're doing. Right? There's no house shows. So Just Wednesdays,
Not
right?
Rampage?
They're doing all the
Friday?
taping.
They tape Rampage after. They only
Yeah.
did it for those
Smart.
2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Rampage is rarely gonna be
So that is AEW schedule?
just one day.
Just one day. Well, I imagine they would appreciate it being a little older and stuff like that because you got 4 other days of the week. You know, I'm sure you got a day you come in early and a day you tape and a day you come home and
too,
recover.
Which is going to be in Orlando, right?
So, like the schedule, like WWE's, yeah, they're
Hard.
you're in a machine. You know, it's a machine. So, when I was there, I would do I'd go out on the road on sometimes Thursday, but it was like Friday for sure, Saturday, Sunday, were house shows, if not pay-per-view on Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, TVs, and then Wednesday you could go home and sometimes be back out on Thursday, but sometimes you had it off and you back out Friday morning. So, but
So much.
because I was with Luna and I was on the road with her so much, they figured it was okay. They sent me to third-party stuff, so I would literally stay out on the road and not even come home for 3 weeks. Like I would just stay on the road for 3 weeks, but eat, tan, sleep, train, go again, wrestle. It's a tough schedule, and I get that when you're older in life, like now, I'm like all the stuff I'm doing now, I'm going, yeah, that sounds good. Just having to deal with wrestling one night a week. Maybe it's a long day, maybe it's a 24-hour day, but it's just one day a week, and then you know, so you go the day before Tuesday. You do that Wednesday, you get home Thursday, recover, but then you still have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday to have a life, family, kids, gym, proper training, physical therapy, whatever. If you get a little banged up, TV, you're rehabbing it all through the week. So, yeah, I can see where they would appreciate that a lot more. And do they still have catering?
I know, I would think so.
Oh, see, this could weigh it out. This could change my whole view of everything. If they keep catering and WWE squashes it, that could cause a lot of people to jump. Because I was one of those. Unfortunately, if you look at my body, you could tell I was one of those guys that appreciated good catering. And I could tell you, Milwaukee, the Brady Center, whatever in Milwaukee.
That was a good place.
Oh, that catering was tremendous.
What's like your go-to? Like, what's like a good day? You're like, yes, this is what we have to eat.
I go right to the desserts. I eat dessert first. But no, they always had very healthy stuff. There was bad stuff too. They literally had like tacos and stuff like that. I don't know if that was for the guys driving the trucks and stuff like that. But no, they'd always have like a grilled chicken. They'd always have great versions of grilled chicken. But yeah, Milwaukee had the best catering. It was always good.
Damn, shout out to Milwaukee.
Yeah, they had tremendous catering. Yeah, that could swerve the whole thing. If WWE drops catering, AEW keeps it. They only got to do one taping a week, so they only get catering for that one day. But it's a long day, so it's probably a lot of catering. So let's say it's a 2-day catering in one day. I could see where they'd all want to. I could see where they'd fancy that schedule. Well over traveling, especially when you're older in your years. Not that they're old, but you have families and you're trying to save your marriage, or you have kids you want to raise, quality, not from long distance and phone calls. You know what I mean? Which most all the wrestlers that paved the way, blood, sweat, and tears, and a lot of them didn't make the money that the people are making now and that elevate wrestling to where it is now. The Attitude Era was a different thing. There was money to be made, and so I'm not complaining at all. But I know prior to that, people like the Rock and Roll Express and different people, they sold out buildings after buildings, the Freebirds, this and this and that. But there wasn't the money and the opportunities for outside of the industry as there is now, like in acting and different, movies and entertainment and stuff like that. So, it's a whole different world in that sense. So, but yeah, they should always show love to those older guys. And I'm talking about me, but the ones before me, if they're still kicking around, breathing air, and they show up, I hope they show some good respect to them because they didn't have all this great stuff that's going on and amazing schedules and different things like that. All right, so around the world and back again. We've covered all kinds of stuff. So it's about that time for What's in the Box? What's in the box? I'm too tired to even do a good What's in the Box?
I thought it was very decent.
Okay.
Okay,
So Pandora's Box. So is now pretty much, I guess, it's been on every segment. I had to do it the first 3 by myself. All right. Oh, there it is.
You ready? Okay.
All right.
We got a couple in here. Maybe they're all in orange.
I see a lot in it.
You ready?
All
Okay,
right.
here we go. Oh, I saw this question and I liked it, and I think we've talked about it before, but this is from, it looks like it's Zombie, but it's like Z0M813. Clever. Okay.
8675309.
Yeah, Tommy
Jenny,
Two-Tone.
Jenny, who can I turn to?
We'll have to do a karaoke one. We haven't sang in a while. What are your thoughts on the show or movie What We Do in the Shadows? Because they want to see you in a cameo on the show.
See, you've asked me that. And I said I haven't seen it yet. So, like, I'm like...
Okay, so he needs to watch 7. You need to watch What We Do in the Shadows.
That's a series. It's not a movie.
It's both. So the movie came first, and then they did a series based on it. It's from Taika Waititi.
Which one did Johnny Depp... Was Johnny Depp in the movie?
Neither.
What vampire movie did he do?
That would be, oh my gosh, I hate this because Alice Cooper's in it. Oh my God. How do I not? Somebody tell me now. I'm so embarrassed.
I don't know, but he did one that was really artsy kind of vampire.
Yeah, it was based on a TV show from the 60s.
Yeah, okay.
I need to know. Raymond?
All right, but while he's figuring that out for you, I've been seeing What's in the Shadows, so But thank you for wanting to see me on there. Is it a comedy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a comedy. It's so good. The movie is phenomenal. The TV show is superb. Dark Shadows. Thank you.
So I knew Shadows. That's why it was Shadows.
You got it.
It's a movie?
Yeah, that's the movie based on the TV show, and Alice Cooper's in it.
So, like, where would I find these to watch?
FX. So the TV show is on FX, or you can watch it the next day on Hulu, non-sponsored. The movie, that's a good question. Maybe Amazon? I own it, so I don't...
So which one are you telling me to watch?
Both.
Both.
Oh my gosh. It's different vampires.
In the House of Vampires.
Yeah.
It's like True Blood?
No. Nothing like that.
True Blood was good. For like the first 3 seasons.
Yes.
Then when they started like molesting fairies and stuff.
We don't do that.
Like, they were like sucking fairies' blood and stuff. You can't do. Would you be a fairy? Would you be a vampire?
Oh, I'm a vampire. I'm vampire adjacent. So I feel like by association,
right.
Raymond and I now are vampire adjacent.
Did Raymond send you that ridiculous thing trying to prove that sirens are real? I didn't see what he was even talking about. I actually clicked on this TikTok thing. And I didn't see these sirens. All he just kept talking about was the government's on my boat. And
what?
I don't know. It's some propaganda crap.
Okay, we'll have to talk.
He's trying to like push this sirens thing. Like, so I don't know.
Okay.
Like whatever. Yeah. No, I haven't seen it, but I will. I can see it on Hulu. You said.
Yes.
Or it's FX. So if I go on my channel and I go.
On demand, yeah, check it out. It's every Thursday night. The new season, we're 2 episodes or 3 episodes in. It's fantastic. And Batista did have a cameo on it.
Did he? Was he like...
It was a quick cameo.
Was he like when he was that hotel one? Or which one?
No, that was so cool. I love that movie.
What was the name of that?
No, I'm not going to remember that either.
Something Amstead Hotel or something hotel.
Yeah.
But he was like the the cleanup guy in there or something.
Right.
That was kind of cool,
yeah,
actually.
He's legit. He's, hotel something.
Hotel something,
yeah. But I think that you would
But not Stuber.
Hotel Artemis.
Artemis, yeah.
Artemis.
Thank
you so much.
Like Artemis,
Raymond is just like on it today.
Yeah, I didn't see the Stuber thing, but I saw Hotel Artemis. I like that. That was good.
Yeah, me too. I liked it a lot. So, okay, so What We Do in the Shadows, I recommend if you guys haven't seen it, and hopefully we'll see you on an episode in the future, because that would be fun.
Rock and roll.
You're good?
I'll see it. I'll watch the show.
I think we need some more coffee.
I ran out of the coffee. We're in the home stretch. All right,
so here's the next one. This one's from...
I got some chalice juice here, though.
Chalice juice?
Chalice juice.
It's very good today. Cran pineapple. Highly recommend. Okay, so this one's from Meteor Mom.
Sorry.
You know what that sounds like? You know when people used to shake hands and they had the secret buzzer in their hands? And I can't even do it. You're like Michael Winslow making sound effects over here. Okay. This one's from Meteor Mom.
It's just a reflex.
What do you think about Raven? And if the Brood hypothetically had feuded with Raven's flock? It's always been one of my dreams alongside Sting and The Undertaker. Oh, dream matches alongside Sting and The Undertaker.
Well, I think what I think of Raven, I think he's super, super smart. I knew him as Johnny Scotty the Body. He started out in Florida Championship Wrestling, and he just wore boxer shorts.
Oh.
So he had a tremendous body. He wrestled in boxer shorts. He was called Scotty the Body.
Okay.
And then he went to Texas or something. He was still Scotty the Body. Then he became... Did he become Scotty Flamingo or something from there?
I don't know.
Then he became Johnny Polo in WWE, and he was Johnny Polo, and he was more of a manager than a wrestler. And so he was Scotty Flamingo, then he became WCW Scotty Flamingo, Johnny Polo in WWE, and then he became Raven. And what I could tell you about Scotty is super nice. He's intelligent. Like what's that, Mensa? What is that?
Mensa? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like super smart. Like him and Sandman, both like incredibly intelligent people. So really ahead of time things. And he used to tell me I was doing the vampire thing. He'd be like, Dave, you should just get a flannel shirt and some jean shorts. So he was doing Johnny Polo at the time. So he was telling me to do the Raven character. He was like, you should get some jean shorts, wear a flannel shirt, come out, And he was telling me to do all. He was trying to help me, and I was just so deep and involved in the vampire stuff. And then I don't know, whatever, he left. Popped up in ECW, he was doing the Raven thing, and I was like, wait, he just told me to do that whole grunge character thing. So so I know that he truly meant it, because he took it and did it himself, and it became Raven. You don't even remember the other characters, do you? It's just Raven. You hear Raven, you think Raven.
Raven, yeah.
I'd say a Raven. You don't say, oh, Johnny Polo, Scotty the Body, or Johnny Flamingo, whatever he was called. Scotty Flamingo, right? Scotty Flamingo. So yeah, so you think Raven, so it was an iconic character in a Revolution ECW. It was Revolution. So I have a lot of respect for him. He's done a lot. I think he's very, very smart, and I get along very well with him. Now, Brood versus Flock. Well, you had Sick Boy in the Flock. Lodi, one of my favorite people. Lodi was in there, right? Lodi rules. Lodi's one of my favorite people. No, he's a good guy. Lodi's a super, super good dude. Lodi. So I think it would be interesting. The Flock outnumbers the Brood, though. No, how many people are in the Flock? The Flock was like Lodi and Lenny. Was Lenny in the Flock too?
I don't know.
I mean, they were tag team, but then you had Sick Boy, but you also had somebody else in the Flock. I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Brood, because it's home team. Kick the visiting team's ass. I'm gonna go Brood all the way. Brood.
Okay.
Because the Brood still, including myself, anybody, the new Brood and the old Brood, we're all currently still wrestling. They're all wrestling in a major company. I'm still floating around every weekend but I'm still wrestling. I'm in the ring 7 days a week. It's the Flock. That's the question. Where the Flock is the Flock? Question. Where the Flock is the Flock? Yeah. So I do know Sick Boy still wrestles, and Sick Boy looks great. And he's bigger than ever, and he's scary. He's got big ass biker beard. So he does pop up here and there in the Carolinas, because I think he lives in South Carolina, Hilton Head, like the Hilton Head area of South Carolina. So he pops every once in a while. Lodi is in tremendous shape, and he's still wrestling. So the Flock is around, but is Raven still wrestling? So I don't know. Lenny, I think Lenny came back briefly, Lodi's partner, but I can't remember if Lenny was in the Flock. I just remember Lodi and Sick Boy, right? And but there was more people, right?
I think so, yeah.
There was a lot more, right? I don't know. I think Raymond would know that, because Raymond's into these star characters and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say the Brood had youth, so they have longer longevity. So the Brood they're still running and gunning in major companies. So that major company, not me, but Matt and Jeff are both split companies, and Christian and Edge are both split companies, and they're all well respected in major spots. So they're good. Now me, I'm still out there now. I don't know. Maybe sometimes I think I have a harder life than him, because I'm wrestling some different guy every week in different promotion that's coming up. So I'm drawing every 19, 20, and 22-year-old that's chasing the stars, where they're up there with professionals that wrestle for a living, like an actual living or not. They've already done that journey and had all their ups and downs, so they're at a safer level. So I'm gonna give myself some props and say I'm a little ragged and rough, like running, but not really. But Brood, home team, home team rules.
You're also teaching the future Broods and Flocks. It's like that's a big part of it too.
There is a lot of Raven fans that come to the school.
Are there?
Flock. Yeah, you can see it. My favorite thing is when they walk in the door, like when their first day they come in to check the school out. They're always wearing their favorite wrestlers' t-shirts or something. So you get a good idea of what you're going to be dealing with.
Okay.
Yeah.
This next one's a little interesting. This is from Stephen G. Stephen G. The first
G's brother or something?
Totally. He plays the tuba. I don't know.
Stephen G. and tuba, along with Kenny G. and whatever.
Saxophone. All right.
Saxophone or saxophone? What is it? Kenny G, Steve G. Where are we at?
Yeah. Oboe?
Elbow.
What does he play? Anyway.
I don't know. I have to go watch
Okay.
South Park or The Simpsons when he lived in the mall or whichever one it was.
Well, Stephen G, whatever relationship, they want to know what you could tell them about Edge and Lita's relationship, and was any of that real or was some of it a work?
I was home with a broken neck when all that went down. So, work. Dude, I don't think it was a work. Dude. I think there was some legit. I think it was some legitimate heat there. I'm not sure. I think everybody's over it. I don't know. It's not even really my business to comment. And I guess it was public. You would know more than I know because literally I was in my own world home with a broken neck at that time. I wasn't on the road or anything. So I missed all that hoopla and all that domestic drama. So I don't know, but they all seem to be good with each other now.
Good.
I think. I don't know. Nobody talks about it. I think that's the
It's
first
all
time.
news.
That's the first time I've heard about it in forever. But it's funny how that one ended up in Pandora's box, Raymond. But yeah, Raymond likes drama and gossip, But I don't have any on that, to be honest.
Okay.
I mean, I think anything. All right, so I'm not talking about this relationship, but it could be. I don't know how that went down or what happened, but in wrestling itself, so you think WWE schedule. This is where AEW schedule way is better for a family than WWE because you're riding, right? So everybody carpools. Maybe the girls you're looking out for them. So it's a lot of times if you have a valet or the girls on the car, you take care of. They jump in the cars. You split the rides. There's no sense in 40 cars showing up to a building when 20 can. 2 people to a car or 15 can. 2 and a quarter to a car or whatever. So people are going to ride together, right? And you're on the road so much, and you both are going to be on the road. And most likely you both have significant others at home. And your significant others are not exactly always going to understand you being on the road, right? So with that being said, you're traveling. So you're catching heat at home for whatever, maybe not even cutting the grass. Who knows? Something as minor as that to thinking that you don't love them anymore, showing enough attention, whatever. They're upset at home. So you're in the car. Now there's a female in the car who's catching the same kind of heat at home. Now you're together more with these people in the car than you are the people at home. So you vent to each other about the problems at home. So now that you're venting at each other, what's happening is you're bonding with each other because you have something in common and you have wrestling in common. You're on the road together and you both feel like you're innocent victims of something. And that turns into some kind of weird chemistry that sometimes you get into a spot you don't really mean to be into because it just organically happened in a weird way and shit just happens. So that's how a lot of relationships get ruined and a lot of new relationships begin, but don't last because they are based on that connection at home going wrong and you're bonding over that. But it turns out same shit's gonna happen to you when one gets fired or goes the other direction. So it's just it's just how it happens and it can happen innocently. And so my advice to anybody is if you got a woman at home or you got a man at home, don't ride with another man. Ride with the women. Stick to all women. Stick to all dudes in the car. Bitch to each other about it. But that happens very easily because you spend more time with that person. They're trying when you're being nice, but you're having a bad day at home. They're having a bad day. You're talking to each other, or maybe it's just one has one day, one has another day, but you both sympathize. You can relate and. Then you start talking, and then you start talking the shortcomings there that you feel is going on, and the shortcomings here that's going on, and then you're on the road together, and you're making this town, and then you're talking business, and you have all this in common. Next thing you know, you're in a full-blown affair, and you're like, well, how the flip did we get here? So maybe that's how that happened. I don't know, but it's sad to see any relationship suffer under those type of circumstances and stuff. But if you truly love each other, you'll figure a way and find a way to get through stuff.
Amen.
All right.
Enough
counseling there. I don't know how to get into all that.
I don't know.
Yeah. But maybe I just want people to understand how people can be bad people. Now, if you're just like a locust and you're running woman, and you got a woman at home, shame on you. But shame on you, the other thing too, but that can happen. But just jumping woman to woman and hopping different girl from town to town, and you got a wife at home, shame on you.
I almost feel like emotional relationships are more impactful than even physical relationships, That's your brain, man. That's, whew. All right. Well, do we have time for one more? Okay. Also a normal
Time for
name.
one more.
Let's
Was
do
that a
one.
head shake yes over there?
We got one more,
From
yeah.
Raymond. All right, one more.
Okay.
There we go.
This is from Ronald Davis. And Ronald says, "Hey, Gangrel, quick question." Okay, this one's quick.
Did
quick.
you say it just like that? Did you
Yep,
write it
yep.
like that?
That's what
Quick
it says. What was it like to do the segment with the Godfather and his hose, where you soaked them with blood?
I soaked them hose with blood.
Apparently, that's the question.
Did I?
That's what Ronald's claiming.
Oh man, damn! I missed that. Hose and blood. That sounds cool.
Yeah, it does sound great.
Bloods and hose and bloods, boats and hose.
Boats and hoes.
Boats and hose. Boats and hose. How do we get from hose and blood to butts and hose? But boats and holes. Not butts and holes. All butts have holes.
What is happening here?
I'm tired. I'm so tired.
Okay.
Boats and hose.
Boats and hose.
No.
Blood
hose
and
blood.
hose.
Blood and hose. Blood. Godfather. Blood hose. I don't... Maybe... I think maybe the Godfather got a blood bath once.
Can we Google it?
Yeah, I can't find it.
I don't know. I don't remember. But to work, I did work with the Godfather, and I had to work with the host. So,
The hose.
Luna wasn't necessarily fond of working with the host because they actually made Luna a hoe in a couple of segments, like made her a hoe, but booked her in a situation where she was willing to be a hoe because. I don't know. Maybe there was a lingerie contest or something at one point, and she was just like so miserable about it. Like I think that's when she lost her job because like I remember they had asked her to take her top off, and she goes, "You spent years making me ugly, and now you're asking me to show my tits," And she told him no. She got fired 2 weeks later. They said it was over something else, but I think it was over that. I think it was over that.
Okay.
I truly believe it was over that, and that's a lot of that why she had a lot of issues and was very angry because, you work so hard to be a professional wrestler. You come in, and I think we talked about the TNA and all that other levels at one point. It was here or somewhere. It was here we talked about it, right? Yeah, my mind's a blur. But, yeah, to work so hard to get to a certain level and then you're asked to show your tits is pretty disrespectful, pretty it's a sad situation.
Yeah.
That's the situation it was then. And she stood up for herself. And I believe ultimately she was fired 2 weeks later for a different excuse because she taped a girl in a chair and rolled her through the hallways. And the girl was seeing secretly. So he was a producer and he's still a producer and he's still a main man there. So I don't think they liked it too much. But it was friendly play between her and the girl. But I think it was just the ultimate excuse for the other one to not. They knew she would do something within a matter of time that they could use for an excuse and get her out of there. So I think that's why she was always angry and stuff. She just loved wrestling so much. But the hose, hose was good. I liked working Godfather because I had some bad habits back then. So Godfather, so you'd roll into the building and Godfather go, "Gangrel, here's the hose," and like the hose, he would get the hose, but then the hose would get me the blows. So like not they would I give my like they had the connection for every bad thing you needed. Like so if you had a drug issue or you had this and that, and I don't anymore. But I had some bad habits back then. It would be like, oh, the hose will hook you up. So the hose always had to connect. So because they were the strip club, the
right.
strippers, right? But they were all generally nice, to be honest. They were legit dancers. Some of them wasn't because Ivory started out as a hoe, right? Remember Ivory came in and it had a great run. She was before she was what I forget Tina Moretti, right, or something. But tremendous worker. But she started as a hoe. I think maybe Molly Holly was a hoe. Maybe was she or no? Like they brought them in that role. Like Luna was a hoe at one time, and everybody, they would just filter people into that. But the girls were always nice and respectful. There was a few that were like whatever. But I think they got taken care of backstage, like ribbed or something. They didn't feel too welcome whenever they did have some kind of crappy attitude. But in general, most of them were okay. They were just like happy to walk out there and do their things. But most of them, 90% of the time, were legit strippers.
I always like trying to watch.
They would go to club to club. He would have to pull into town. Godfather had to pull in and go to the local strip club and go audition hoes.
What a tough job.
So he'd get his pimping ain't easy, and he'd get his 420 on because he'd pick that up in that town from them too, and then be like, "Gangrel, there's the hose. What do you need?" They like they would hook me up with what I needed, and then we'd go out there and do the thing and then run off to the next town, you know, and then be a whole new group of hoes the next time.
All new hoes.
Yeah, all new hoes. Even had house show hoes. He'd pick them up in every
Oh my
town.
gosh, that's so
House
fun.
show hoes,
I
you know.
love
Yeah. I mean, it was his deal. Pimping ain't easy nationwide.
Ain't easy.
Yeah.
House show hoes.
But I never interacted. He would always say stuff like, you know, usually I'd offer you a hoe, but with those teeth, I don't know what you're going to do to my girls. And then so I'm just going to whip your ass tonight. So, like, he never offered me the hoes. I never got the hoe offer. Like,
Wow.
he would say he was going to offer me the hoes, but he would take the offer off the table and then try to beat me up.
Very
beat
rude.
me up. But I'd always get the hoe train. Most end results was me taking the hoe train. But
That's hilarious.
Godfather was super easy to wrestle. You know, like, he's the nicest dude, man. He's so easygoing. And he's smart, though. He's talented, too. He's a scrapper. If he wants to scrap, he can scrap. He's such a great dude, and his family's amazing. His wife's amazing. He's got an amazing wife. They've been together a while, like, ever since I known him. So, you know, I've only known him since, like, going up back. He was Papa Shango, I think, when I first met him, and Karma. But yeah, he's got a tremendous family. He's another great guy. We talk about a lot of good people on here, I guess, except for when they bring up some other thing in the box they put in last week. But we move forward past that too, though. But Godfather and the Hoes was fun. It was always great. The rest of the Godfather, the Hoes in general, the Hoes were nice. Even the house show hoes, they were all nice.
Shout out to all the hoes.
All the hoes,
All
the
the
TV
hoes across the
hoes, the
world.
house show hoes, all the hoes across the world that work
Yep.
with Godfather.
Boats and hoes.
Yeah, boats and hoes, blood and hoes, boats and hoes, blood and hoes. We got to go. This was episode 16.
Wrapping it up. Oh shit! All right, sorry.
So, boats and hoes, blood and hoes, and we got to go. So, want some?
Get some.
Bad enough.
Take some.
This is Fangin' and Bangin' with Gangrel, Kick and Dead, and Blood and Hoes. So we covered everything. I'll wrap it up. We went backwards, but
Sure.
what we did cover up. So we covered AEW,
Yeah,
some debuts.
Debuts. We covered the new NXT logo,
The NXT logo.
possibly selling.
Yeah, we talked the differences in travel and road schedules with AEW and no catering possibilities.
That's a
and
question mark. Big question mark there.
and we covered all kinds of stuff.
So much.
But it was. I was a zombie. We predetermined. I determined that I'm an actual zombie today.
Okay, that's fun. A vampire zombie.
A vampire
it's a crossover,
zombie.
guys.
Can you stop a vampire zombie?
I don't know.
I don't
That
know.
sounds
I know vampires are
dangerous.
destroyed zombies. We talked about that before on here. Vampires
Yeah, we
were
have.
zombies.
But a
Vampires
hybrid?
too. A hybrid.
That's a little.
Because if they bite you, then you're infected too. Then it's But I think that a zombie that would actually eventually kill all the vampires off because they infect each other.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
This
So we're getting too deep. So this is episode
Really?
16. We're gonna close it out again with Gangrel and Kick Cadet. Banging and Bang with Gangrel and Kick Cadet. Want some?
Get some.
Bad enough.
Take
Take
some.
some. See
Shana
ya.
Tuba.